Welcome to Bilingual History. Bienvenidos a la historia bilingüe. In today's lesson, we are learning about what happened on September 11th, 2001. We will start with the events or eventos. We will learn the aftermath, secuelas, and how it affects today, hoy. September 11th, 2001. Terrorists from the Islamist extremist group Al-Qaeda hijacked or forcibly gained control of 4 different airplanes in the United States. Terroristas del grupo extremista islámico Al-Qaeda secuestraron o tuvieron el control por la fuerza de 4 aviones diferentes en los Estados Unidos. 2 crashed into, or dos se estrellaron contra, the 2 World Trade Centers, Centros de Comercio Mundial in New York, which ultimately collapsed. These buildings housed many companies that supported the global economy. Estos edificios tenían muchas compañías de la economía. 1 plane crashed into the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia. Un avión se estrelló en el Pentagon. This is a government building that has the Department of Defense, which is in charge of the military. El Pentagon es un edificio de gobierno que tiene el Departamento de Defensa. 1 plane was diverted and crashed in Pennsylvania. Un avión se estrelló en Pennsylvania. It is suspected that this airplane was heading for a building in Washington, D.C. Se sospecha que este avión se dirigía a un edificio en Washington, D.C. Death toll. Número de muertos. 2,977 people were killed in total. 2,753 people were killed in New York. 343 were firefighters or bomberos. 184 people were killed at the Pentagon, and 40 people were killed on Flight 93, the one that crashed in Pennsylvania. Aftermath, secuelas. Studies have shown that firefighters who responded to the World Trade Centers in New York have an increased risk of developing cancer. Los estudios han demostrado que los bomberos que respondieron a los World Trade Centers en Nueva York tienen un mayor riesgo de desarrollar cáncer. 257 active and retired firefighters have died of 9/11 related illnesses, including cancer. Congress passed the 9/11 Victims' Compensation Fund in 2001 to help families affected by the tragedy. In 2010, the Zadroga Act was passed by Congress to give medical and financial help to a wider range of people. Muchas personas han muerto de enfermedades relacionadas a ese día. El Congreso pasaron unas leyes para ayudar a las víctimas y las familias y otras personas afectadas por este evento. War, guerra, in Afghanistan. The president at the time of the attacks was George W. Bush. As the commander-in-chief of the United States Army, with approval from Congress, the president and government declared war on Afghanistan about 1 month after the attacks. Como comandante en jefe del ejército de los Estados Unidos, con la aprobación del Congreso, el presidente y el gobierno declararon la guerra a Afganistán aproximadamente un mes después de los ataques. The terrorist group, Al-Qaeda, had their training camps in Afghanistan and had support of Afghanistan's government, the Taliban. El razón para atacar este país, Afganistán, fue porque el grupo terrorista tenían sus campos de entrenamiento en el país, Afganistán, y tenían el apoyo de su gobierno el Talibán. This led to a 20-year war in Afghanistan. President Joe Biden completed the withdrawal of all United States troops from Afghanistan in August of 2021. El presidente Joe Biden completó la retirada de todas las tropas estadounidenses de Afganistán en agosto de 2021. Post 9/11 discrimination. Después de este día. Because the terrorists were Muslim, many people began to openly discriminate against Muslims in the United States. Countless hate crimes, crímenes de odio, as well as daily bullying and discrimination of Muslim Americans. It is important to remember that Al-Qaeda, the terrorist group who attacked on 9/11, is an extremist group that does not represent the beliefs and convictions of all Muslims. Es importante recordar que Al-Qaeda, el grupo terrorista que atacó el 11 de septiembre, es un grupo extremista que no representa las creencias y convicciones de todos los musulmanes. Review. Question 1. What happened on September 11th, 2001? A war began in Afghanistan. B. Terrorists crashed airplanes into 4 places in the United States. C. Joe Biden withdrew all troops to end the war. Or D. Firefighters received money from the government. The correct answer is B. Terrorists crashed airplanes into 4 places in the United States. Question 2. How many people were killed in total on September 11th, 2001? A. About 3,000. B. Only 257. C. Nobody was killed. Or D. 40 people. The correct answer is A. About 3,000 people were killed in total on September 11th, 2001. Question 3. What buildings were destroyed on September 11th, 2001? A. Part of the Pentagon in Virginia. B. The 2 World Trade Centers in New York. C. Both A and B. Or D. A building in Pennsylvania. The correct answer is C. Both A and B. Part of the Pentagon in Virginia and the 2 World Trade Centers in New York. A plane did crash in Pennsylvania because it was diverted by people fighting on the plane. It did not crash into a building. Question 4. On which country did the United States declare war after the attacks? A. Iran. B. Afghanistan. C. North Korea. Or D. Russia. The correct answer is B. Afghanistan. Question 5. When did the United States officially end the war in Afghanistan? A. August 2021. B. September 2011. C. March 2020. Or D. The war is still happening. The correct answer is A. August 2021. September 11, 2001 was an incredibly terrible day in recent United States history that affected countless people. The events of this day caused many things to change, including security in airports, the government, etc. It also caused more people to discriminate against Muslims. It was horrible for all the people who died, their families, the first responders, and everyone else affected by it. Furthermore, it created a 20-year war that completely changed the lives of soldiers and military families, as well as people in Afghanistan who did not share the ideals of the terrorists. It is a solemn day that should and will always be remembered. El 11 de septiembre de 2001 fue un día increíblemente terrible en la historia reciente de los Estados Unidos que afectó a innumerables personas. Los eventos de este día hicieron que muchas cosas cambiaran, incluyendo la seguridad en los aeropuertos, el gobierno, etc. También provocó que más personas discriminaran a los musulmanes. Fue horrible para todas las personas que murieron, sus familias, los socorristas y todos los demás afectados. Además, creó una guerra de 20 años que cambió por completo la vida de los soldados y las familias de los militares, así como la de las personas en Afganistán que no compartían los ideales de los terroristas. Es un día solemne que debe y siempre será recordado. Thanks for watching. Gracias por ver.